The Assembly will hear an address by His Excellency Tu Lam, State President of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. I request protocol to escort His Excellency and invite him to address the Assembly.
Excellency President of the UNGA, Excellency Secretary General of the United Nations, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Let me first congratulate you, Excellency Philemon Young, on your election as the President of the 79th session of the UNGA. I trust that this session will be a great success. I also commend Excellency Dennis Francis, President of the 78th session, and Excellency Antonio Guterres, the UN Secretary General, for their contributions and efforts in coordinating UN endeavors to prevent wars, maintain peace, and promote global development cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is undergoing transformative changes of historic significance. Although peace, cooperation, and development remain the dominant trends, they're facing new and more serious challenges. Strategic competition among major powers is becoming broader, fiercer, and more confrontational. Political disputes, conflicts, and security environment intensify. Survival and development space narrows. Risk of conflict, new hotspots, arms race, tension, confrontation, and direct clashes increase. The rise of power politics, egoistic nationalism, are challenging international law, eroding multilateral institutions, and diminishing faith in global cooperation. The vicious cycle of conflict and violence escalates in various regions, causing immense sufferings to millions of innocent civilians. The risk of a limited nuclear war, or even a Third World War, has not been ruled out. Non-traditional security challenges, such as climate change, extreme weather events, natural disasters, diseases, resource depletion, and aging population, are becoming increasingly severe and hindering our efforts for development. Poor countries are being left further behind, with a widening development gap. Super Typhoon Yagi, which ravaged Vietnam and other countries in the region, serves as a stark warning of the severe impacts that natural disasters and climate change can have on sustainable development for all. Global food production is sufficient to feed 1.5 times the world population, yet famine is threatening over 780 million people, and 2.4 billion people endure food insecurity. Defense expenditure reached a record of $2.4 trillion in US dollars in 2023, yet we struggled to pull $100 billion US dollars for climate actions. With only a third of the SDGs timeline remaining, 80% of the targets may not be met. Global economic growth faces difficulties, and decoupling and fragmentation, along with economic pressures and sanctions, threatened rapid and sustainable development. The fourth industrial revolution offers opportunities for quantum progress, but it also poses security and safety challenges for society and individuals. These unprecedented challenges to peace, cooperation, sustainable development, and human dignity affect this generation and the next. They compel us to unite, act, and work together, upholding the role of international institutions, foremost among them the United Nations, regional organizations including ASEAN, to achieve the ultimate goal of ending war, abolishing all forms of oppression, exploitation, building peace, and creating a better world to bring happiness to all mankind. In that spirit, I would like to share Vietnam's vision for a more peaceful, stable, cooperative, prosperous, and sustainable future for everyone. First, as peace and stability are the foundation for a prosperous future, we must promote observance of international law and UN Charter by all states, particularly the major powers. Each state must act responsibly, fulfill its commitments, and abide by international law and UN Charter, including fundamental principles such as the peaceful settlement of disputes, non-use of force, sovereign equality, territorial integrity, and respect for the political systems chosen by the people of each nation. States should also contribute to the common work of the international community in line with their capabilities. We must strengthen solidarity, sincerity, and trust among nations, uphold dialogue, eliminate confrontation, and firmly oppose unilateral embargoes and sanctions that contravene international law and UN Charter. Second, we must ensure equitable development for every state, community, and individuals, and recognizing the diverse economic, social, and cultural conditions that they may have. Every resource must be effectively unleashed, marshaled, and utilized for development. According to each country's needs, we must prioritize resources where they're most needed for implementing the SDGs, with attention to assisting developing and less developed countries, especially through preferential loans, transfer of advanced technologies, investment and trade facilitation, and debt relief for poor countries. And third, we should urgently create smart global governance frameworks with long-term vision for science and technology, especially emerging technologies like AI. This will ensure we make progress and enjoy the benefits of these technologies while actively preventing threats to peace, sustainable development, and humanity. In that connection, I welcome the documents adopted at the Summit for the Future, especially the Global Digital Compact. This will serve as a crucial basis for advancing global governance and international cooperation in those areas. And fourth, we should adopt innovative thinking to build a transformative future across all sectors, focusing on digital transformation, green transition, and global governance transformation. Green transition and digital transformation are essential tools for countries, especially developing ones, to build resilience and self-reliance, enabling a timely and active prevention of and response to shocks, crises, and potential disasters. We must also prioritize reforming multilateral mechanisms, especially the UN system, international financial and monetary institutions, to ensure better representation, equity, and transparency. Enhancing the capacity, effectiveness, and future readiness is essential for remaining relevant in our changing world. And fifth, we must place human at the center in delivering on our visions. People should be the center, the goal, and driver of all policies and actions at all levels. And investments should focus on the holistic development of the youth, enriching their knowledge and culture, grounded in shared values and a sense of responsibility and contribution. Vietnam welcomes the UNGA's official decision to grant additional rights and privilege participation to the State of Palestine from this session onwards. Vietnam reaffirms its solidarity with the state and people of Cuba and calls on the United States to lift embargoes and sanctions against Cuba and to remove Cuba from the list of state sponsors of terrorism. We need to vigorously promote such actions since they are practical ways to foster equitable development and happiness for all. President Ho Chi Minh, a Vietnamese hero of national liberation and a man of culture, once stressed, unity, unity, great unity, success, success, grand success. Only through unity and cooperation with trust and by thinking and acting as one can we build a world of peace, sustainable development, and human dignity for the present and future generations, ensuring no one is left behind. In today's rapidly changing world, each state plays a vital role in the grand orchestration of our era. Vietnam is making every effort to move forward toward a future of peace, stability, prosperity, and sustainability, not only for all our people, but also for all nations worldwide. This is Vietnam's vision, goal, and strong commitments to the international community, today and tomorrow. Thank you for your kind attention.
On behalf of the Assembly, I wish to thank the State President of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam.